The Bend Police Department says DUIs are on the rise. This comes after Bend Police responded to 3 crashes and arrested 3 alleged drunk drivers within 4 hours of each other over the weekend. Alec Nolan has been working this story tonight. He has the details now. Alec?
Lee, for a variety of reasons, including the pandemic, DUII arrests were down in 2020, but the department says this year it's already surpassed that number. I went for a ride along with one of the enforcement officers earlier today to understand how he's helping combat the issue. In 2020, the Bend Police Department racked up 302 DUII arrests, but as summer comes to a close, it's already surpassed that number with 306 arrests and counting.
And it's absolutely constant.
Officer Kyle Chaquico of the Bend Police Department is one of 2 DUII enforcement officers tasked with stopping drunk drivers, a responsibility he does not take lightly.
And my primary focus is when I am on the road, I'm taking calls for surface for DUI investigations, DUI calls, and looking for DUIs.
After a weekend that saw 3 DUII arrests within just 4 hours, Chaquico says the department's greatest allies are you and me when it comes to tracking down drunk drivers.
And one thing I can say to that is we're very thankful for the community. I've said this before, they're our best witnesses.
And when it comes to who's behind the wheel, Chaquico says it's across the board.
All different kinds of age group, coming from bars, coming from sporting events, coming from house parties. I mean, you name it. I mean, we get DUIs at 8 in the morning, 2 in the morning, midnight, any time of the day.
He says the enforcement team focuses on what he calls the totality of observations.
When you combine them or you see other indicators of impairment, you take those as a whole and you stop the person on a traffic stop based on those violations, and you start to get an odor of alcohol, bloodshot watery eyes, you have slurred speech or one of those, you can start an investigation.
And if you find yourself observing a driver who might be impaired, Chaquico says to look for identifiers that can be relayed to dispatchers.
So if we can get the indicators, so hey, I'm observing this car, they're going out of their lane, this is their license plate, this is their direction of travel, and the person that is driving is a male with a black sweatshirt. So having someone call in, if you can provide those 3 things, it's really paramount for us to be able to conduct an investigation, because a lot of times we'll have a person call in, and we're very thankful for that, but they'll only provide, hey, it's a white SUV and it's going westbound on Riverside. We can't do a lot with that unless we have an officer that's right there right now.
Chaquico says the team will continue to work as a deterrent, but with 4 to 10 calls a night, it's going to take everyone involved to ensure the roads are safe. Officer Zach Childers also works alongside Chaquico on the enforcement team. The duo has racked up more than 100 arrests so far. Patrol officers have also been instrumental, accounting for nearly 60% of arrests. Lee?